Hello, and thank you for your interest in volunteering at the Charlottesville-Albemarle SPCA. We're so excited to have you join us. This video will tell you more about our shelter, opportunities for volunteers, and our expectations of volunteers. The Charlottesville-Albemarle SPCA works to advance the compassionate treatment of animals by providing sheltering, medical care, and behavioral services to dogs and cats, by finding permanent caring homes for animals, and by furthering education and outreach. We care for about 3,200 animals annually. Most are cats and dogs, but we also occasionally have rabbits, ferrets, rats, and other small animals in our care. We are also home to an on-site veterinary clinic that provides all of our animals with essential medical care. As a no-kill shelter since 2005, we work hard to find every animal who comes into our care a safe and permanent home. Often, we'll have animals adopted directly from our shelter into their forever homes, but we also work with fosters, rescue groups, and trainers to help animals who need behavioral help. Only in very unusual circumstances, and only after pursuing all other options, do we euthanize animals who come into our care. We have about a 95% save rate for all of our animals. And our no-kill mission also means helping families keep their pets by offering low-cost veterinary clinics to qualifying families and other special programs. It also means transporting in animals from overcrowded shelters and assisting in rescue efforts after natural disasters. So, why should you become a volunteer? Because no matter how you decide to volunteer with us, whether it's working directly with animals, helping with fundraisers and at the rummage store, or promoting the shelter at off-site events, you'll be enriching the lives of animals who have nowhere to call home. You will be showing them love when they most need it and making a difficult time in their lives more pleasant. We ask for 3 big qualities from our volunteers: commitment, positivity, and adherence to safety procedures. So let's talk about those in more detail. First up, commitment. We ask all new volunteers to commit to at least 30 hours of service in their first 6 months with us. We ask for this upfront commitment because training new volunteers requires significant time and energy from our staff and experienced volunteers, so we like to know that you are dedicated to staying with us for a while. You will sign up for your volunteer shifts, including your training shifts, through the Better Impact Opportunities tab. Simply search for or select the activity you are interested in to schedule yourself. You will only be able to view and sign up for activities that you are qualified to do. Right now, you will only see training opportunities. Once you complete training, more opportunities will become visible to you. You can click on the blue icon to find out more information about any activity, as shown here. After you click on an activity, you will be able to see all the available shifts that you can sign up for. You can sign up for many shifts at once. If you are unable to come in for a scheduled shift, you can remove yourself from that shift using the Better Impact site up to 48 hours ahead of time. If you become ill and need to cancel within the 48-hour period, please email or call to let us know. To contact us, you can also use the Contact tab on Better Impact. Just select the volunteer coordinator and then type and send your message. Ideally, we also like for volunteers to commit to a set weekly schedule. You might, for example, become a dedicated cat socializer on Wednesdays from noon to 3 p.m. Set weekly schedules help our animals feel more comfortable with you, and they help our humans get to know you and your abilities. However, we know not everyone can commit to this kind of schedule, so if you have a variable work or school schedule, we'd still like you to come in when you're available. Please just be sure to register for your shifts ahead of time. The second thing we expect of volunteers is positivity. Animal shelters can be sad places, so we work hard to add positivity to the lives of our animals, our volunteers, and our staff members. In practice, striving towards positivity means many things. We ask volunteers to work collaboratively and enthusiastically with one another and with staff. This means focusing on mutual encouragement and joint problem solving. We require volunteers to use positive reinforcement-based training methods when working directly with animals. If you choose to complete dog walking or cat socializing training, you'll learn more about these methods then. And we also invite our volunteers to be positive and enthusiastic when interacting with potential adopters, shelter visitors, and rummage store shoppers. That means welcoming visitors, telling them exciting things about our animals, and sharing happy news about the CASPCA and its mission. We also ask that you only come in to volunteer when you're feeling up to it. And this is the one caveat to our commitment requirement. Our animals can sense if you're having a bad day, and they'll feel better if they're around happy humans. Spending time in an animal shelter can be overwhelming, and it's very normal to need a break on occasion. So if you aren't feeling well, emotionally or physically, please cancel your shift, and we'll be happy to see you next time. And if you are experiencing any frustrations or concerns while you are volunteering with us, please do let the volunteer coordinator know. We want to know how your shifts are going. Finally, in addition to commitment and positivity, we ask our volunteers to follow all safety procedures. We ask that you comply with all verbal and posted instructions and that you dress appropriately for your volunteer tasks. All volunteers are required to wear long pants and closed-toe shoes every time they come in. It's actually on our insurance policy that you'll be wearing pants and closed-toed shoes. So as much as we want your help, a staff member will send you home if you're dressed inappropriately, especially if you're working directly with animals. After you complete training, you will also receive a name tag that you must wear during every shift. You will also get your volunteer t-shirt the first time you come in to volunteer, and we ask that you wear that whenever possible. On another safety note, while we will train you to prevent accidents, animal bites and scratches, as well as regular trip and fall injuries, it is always possible when you are volunteering here to have some kind of injury. If you are hurt while volunteering here, please notify a front desk staff member or rummage store staff member immediately. We also have first aid kits throughout the building, including at the volunteer sign-in station. If an animal was involved in your injury, we will also make sure that the animal gets the medical and behavioral attention that they need. Please note that because we are a no-kill shelter, if an animal hurts you, they will not be euthanized. They'll just get the behavioral training that they really need. In addition to telling us about any bites and injuries, we also want you to share any positive information with us too. So if you take a cute video or a photo of a dog or cat, please send that along to this email address, fostermecville@caspca.org. So, what can you help us with? We have lots of volunteer opportunities at the CASPCA. Dog walkers and cat socializers work directly with animals and provide them with the best, most enriching parts of their day. Dog walkers take dogs out onto the trails that surround our building and into play parks for off-leash playtime. They also train dogs using positive reinforcement methods so that the pups are better prepared for home life. Afternoon dog walkers also talk to potential adopters about the dog's exciting personalities and antics. Finally, dog walkers also help out at off-site adoption events. This is a physically intense assignment. so expect to get dirty and sweaty if you decide to become a dog walker. Dog walker volunteers need to be able to walk for extended periods of time, and some of our dogs are quite strong, so volunteers need to be able to hold on tight to a leash and keep their balance. However, volunteers choose which dogs they take out and can decide to stick only with the small dogs. Volunteers 16 and older are welcome for this assignment. Cat socializers work together to let cats out in groups or individually to get some exercise, attention, and social time. They also train cats using positive reinforcement methods so that the kitties are better prepared for home life. Cat socializers also talk to potential adopters and introduce them to cats they might like. Cat socializers spend most of their time standing and walking around, though it is also possible to sit with the cats. Volunteers 16 and older are welcome for this assignment. In the mornings, volunteers help staff with cleaning the kennels and cages. Whether it's in our kitten hallway, cat rows, or dog kennels, we could use your help getting our shelter spotless and ready for visitors. You'll also help water, feed, and exercise animals as directed by staff. These tasks can be physically intense and require you to be able to stand and walk for extended periods of time and to lift up to 20 pounds. All volunteers 14 and older are welcome. Do you thrive in a high-energy environment? Are you a problem solver with a can-do attitude? Do you have a knack for organization? If so, then volunteering in our front lobby may be the right fit for you. Front lobby volunteers help our staff accept and sort through donations, greet visitors, clean lobby cat cages, and help with other as-needed tasks. They often get to see adoptions happen, which can be really exciting. Front lobby volunteers should be able to stand for extended periods of time. All volunteers 14 and older are welcome. Our second-hand shop brings in tons of money for the shelter each month, helping us pay for food, shelter, and toys for the animals. You can help by sorting through donations and organizing the store. Our rummage store volunteers love the work they do, and bonus, volunteers get first dibs on all the cool items that come in. Volunteers spend time sitting and standing during their shifts. All volunteers 14 and older are welcome. Want to help us raise money for the shelter? Or give a dog who has been here too long time to find the right home? Then we'd love to have you help at our offsite events. We've got some standbys, a Petco adoption event every month, shop for the shelter at Sam's Club 2 days a month, but we also have one-time events that come up periodically. All volunteers 14 and older are welcome. Are you skilled with social media, presentations, or photography? We're looking for volunteers to help us market the shelter and our animals. The volunteer schedule is variable, and these tasks are usually completed on a project-to-project basis. This assignment is usually reserved for volunteers 18 and older. Volunteers also help us with various administrative and office tasks as we complete special projects and prepare for big events. Some of this work is done at the shelter, and some of it can be done from the comfort of your home on your own time. This assignment is also usually reserved for volunteers 18 and older. If you need help figuring out which volunteer task would be best for you, please contact us. We'd be glad to help you find the right fit. So, what happens next? Once you finish watching this video and complete the general orientation quiz, you will be able to sign up for more specific trainings for whatever you'd like to help us with. You are welcome to volunteer in multiple ways at the CASPCA, but we strongly recommend starting with one opportunity for a month and then signing up for additional trainings later on. This is an especially good method if you're interested in doing both dog walking and cat socialization. Some volunteer opportunities, like dog walking and cat socialization, will require you to watch additional videos online. After you complete the additional online training, you will then be able to sign up for a shadow session with an experienced volunteer. For other opportunities, like rummage store and front lobby volunteering, you will be able to sign up for a shadow shift right away. Please only sign up for shadow shifts that you can attend for the entire scheduled time. If you arrive more than 5 minutes late for your scheduled shadow, we may have to ask you to come back at another time. If you have any questions about how to use this website to schedule shifts or to complete trainings, please look at the Help tab circled here. Email volunteer@caspca.org or call 434-973-5959, extension 308 if you still have questions. When you arrive at our shelter for the first time, your first step will be to head on over to our volunteer sign-in station. Walk through the front doors, then turn left and look for the computer at the back of the room. You will sign in at the computer using the same username and password you used to log into this site. Please remember to write down your login information before arriving at the shelter. At the sign-in station, you will also make yourself a volunteer in training name tag using a dry erase marker. After you complete volunteer training, the volunteer coordinator will make you a permanent name tag that will stay at the sign-in station in this box, alphabetized by last name. You must wear your name tag every time you come in to volunteer. Thank you again for your interest in volunteering. We'll be so glad to have you with us. You will now take a quiz on this video, and then you will be able to sign up for more specific trainings.